Hey friends, so we're going to go back to Ready, Set, Draw. Are you ready for this? This is our second week. So today I want you to find a tutorial for the Vanishing Point landscape, and it looks like this. So cool. Just so you know, all these drawings come from Art for Kids, which is this totally cool website. She's wonderful. I bought her book, and if there's other things you want to draw, you can check that out because there's so many cool things. But we're just going to go through this. We're going to draw with our pencil and have your eraser handy just in case, and then afterwards, we know what we always do, we go over it with our Sharpie to make a coloring page. Then however you want to decorate it, it's up to you. So we're gonna have our paper in portrait, up and down, nice and long. And usually, friends, you can tell like where the halfway point is on our picture, on our paper. And an easy thing to do while you're practicing and you're learning to draw, something that you can do is you can take a piece of paper, and if you fold it in half, and you fold it in half again, when you reopen it, it kind of gives you your different quadrants, different rectangles put together. And you'll notice on the tutorial, that's kind of how she has everything kind of split up there. You can kind of see. So you can see we're gonna start this drawing not at the halfway point, but a little bit below, Okie doke. So let's get started. So grab that pencil, and all you're gonna do, not quite at the halfway point of your paper, but maybe a little bit low, we're just gonna draw a straight line right across, okay? Boom. There's our horizon line for our drawing, all right? And from there, the reason this is called the vanishing point, when you look out far away, you can see, like if you're looking down a road or a sidewalk, you can see it go, 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 go until you can't see it anymore. So we're going to start out to the point where we can't really see it anymore on the horizon, and we're gonna add our road, okay? And the road is gonna come down and a little bit at an angle, and you're going to the right and to the left. And you can see that it widens because this is where we're standing and we're looking off into the distance. Most roads have a line that goes down the center, a traffic line. So we're gonna put a line of traffic. And it kind of bends off to one side, okay? So there we go. So there is our there's our road so far. So now we need to add more onto our landscape, okay? And we're adding trees. And the way that we're gonna do this, because just like with our road, how our road got wider and then it got smaller, our trees that are closer up are gonna be big, and then they're gonna get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller because it's gonna go towards the vanishing point. All right, so we're gonna start out with just making a large tree over on one side of our paper. And it's okay because it's okay to draw over the lines because we have our eraser, and we'll just erase it, okay? So these are pine trees because this is a mountain type of landscape, and a lot of pine and coniferous trees are out where there's mountains. Pine trees can be drawn so many different ways. The way that it's drawn on this tutorial, it kind of looks like a bunch of triangles put together. And again, because you have your eraser, you can draw it just like that. You can start with one small triangle at the top, and then a bigger and a bigger and a bigger and a bigger, and then erase the center parts. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. All right, so we're gonna start off with my triangle, the point of my tree. And then I'm gonna add, and our tree is pretty big, so it's gonna kind of go off of the side of the road, or of the road, off the side of the drawing here. And so now I'm gonna erase all this, and I'm gonna erase the center part here and the center part here. So it looks more like a tree. And fill in the parts if I just kind of erase a little off there, which I did. Just like that, there's one big tree. So there's gonna be one on one side, and then I'm gonna make one on the other side, okay? And I'm gonna make it even a little bit taller. And erase that center part. Let me connect these up just a little bit, love bugs, before I show you. So there you go. There are 2 trees. So I'm gonna add a couple more trees. And as I add them, remember what I said, we're gonna make them smaller and smaller and smaller. Okie doke. So let's add a couple more trees on here. There's one side. Erase that line there. So you can see it's a little bit smaller and it's further back. Same thing on the other side. All right. So we've got our 2 sets of trees now, my friends. There we go. And now we're gonna add a couple more. Now, because of the way I drew my road, do you see, I don't have a whole lot of room there, do I? So on the tutorial, it has a couple of different, I think they add 4 trees on each side. I kinda didn't give myself enough space. So I'm just gonna draw 2 on this side, but I'm gonna add some more over on this side. Do whatever you want. If you want yours to look just like that, awesome. You can start over again. You can use your practice paper and practice. Does it have to be perfect? No, it doesn't. This is a great tutorial, but you can also make it your own and do what you like. So I'm gonna add 2 more tiny trees, and then we'll add our mountains. Okie doke, my darlings. So here come my tiny trees. And do some erasing here. Isn't it so fun to watch me draw when you can't really see what I'm drawing? All right, here we go. So I added 2 more, and maybe there's room for 1 more over here. Maybe one further back. There we go. Now it's a tiny, tiny tree. There you go. So there are my trees lining to our vanishing point. Okie doke. So now we're gonna add our mountains. And again, so now we have to think about the spacing of the mountains. So we don't want our mountains to cover up the road, because obviously a road isn't gonna go into a mountain. It's gonna go in between the mountains. So we're gonna add 4 mountains in the back, and we wanna make sure that our mountains start at this side and go, and this side and go. They don't cover up where the road is. Okie doke. So I'm gonna come up with this nice So there's a set of mountains on one side, and then I'm gonna take a set of mountains on the other. Just like that. Now we can add some snow caps along those mountains. Okie doke. add some snow caps, and it's just, they don't have to be perfect, they're just little squiggles. About an inch down on either side of your mountain, so it looks like there's snow at the top. Look at that. Now we're gonna add just some extra stuff. We're gonna add some clouds. So I'm gonna add a cloud over on this side. And a cloud over here. A cloud over here. It's kind of going off my... Got some clouds going. We'll add a few more clouds down along the mountains here. And I'll do some erasing because the clouds are covering up what we see of the mountains. So we'll erase a little bit. And then, boom. There we go. We've done it all in pencil. There's our vanishing landscape. So beautiful. And time for our Sharpie. So you're just gonna take that Sharpie, friends, and you're going to trace your pencils. And this is a time where you're like, oh, there's something that you didn't quite, so I thought like my road line should come over a little bit. So you see that? I can just erase it. So easy, right? So easy. But this will be awesome because then you start creating your coloring page and you can start thinking now, what are you gonna use? Are you gonna use your color pencils? Are you gonna use a marker on this? You think about the colors that you want to portray in this. Do you want greens? Do you want different shades of greens? If that, I would probably use our crayons because we have different shades of green in there, and you have your color pencils. You could outline also. After you outline with the black, you can outline again with the marker and then color with your color pencils inside or your crayons inside your markers. So many different things. This would be really pretty too if you friends have any oil pastels at your house. So just, you know, whatever tools you want to use to create and color in, that's up to you, my friends. So you just start tracing and then you color it in with your black Sharpie, and there you have it. I'm going to do some erasing so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. So after I've done my coloring or my tracing with my black Sharpie, then I can take my marker or my eraser and go over it where the marker, and then you can't even see it. So it just looks like a coloring page. All right, so there you go, friends. Make sure you snap pictures or send me, email me at my work address, and I would just love to see what you've done. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Have a good day. See you, love bugs.